I am now in possession of the most capable electric unicycle ever made. But in order to unlock that power, I've needed one key piece of equipment. These, the Fusion Powerknobz. But what is so special about these? What separates them from a run-of-the-mill set of 3D printed pads? That's what I'm here to figure out. But first, let's unbox them. Yo guys, look what just came in. We got the Powerknobz. Let's get this bad boy opened up. Let's go. I figured orange and black to match the wheel, right? Look at the reflector right here. That's pretty dope. This could definitely come in handy. Yo, we got a sticker. I like this one a lot. That one's cool. So we got 2 stickers, it looks like. Awesome. And guys, big shout out to my friend Dean at PEV Point of View. He's got an 8% off discount code for Powerknobz. So if you guys want to get in on that code, go to his channel and subscribe, and then find the code and use that. All right, let's get these bad boys thrown on here and do a little test ride. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to have some real pads. These are really nice. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. It's the magazine trick, folks. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this done. All right, looks like this guy's gonna take a while to set this up. Let's get to the riding. So one of the first things I noticed about these pads as soon as I installed them is the super solid connection to the wheel that the large one-piece construction offers you. At nearly a foot across, this is one of, if not the most secure ways to attach your pads to your wheel, while still retaining enough flex to release yourself from the pads in the event of a crash. Offering incredible freedom of body movement, you are completely available to move your legs and body however you want while you're using the Powerknobz. At first this will feel pretty surprising and may cause you to nearly crash the first time you try these pads, if you're used to much more confining pad setups. Once you get used to it, however, you'll quickly find that you cannot go back to conventional style of pads at all. If you look at skilled riders, a lot of them are running Powerknobz in both street and off-road racing, and there's a reason for it. That reason is leverage. Leverage is what each and every EUC rider uses to steer, control, and flow with their wheel, plus a variety of other smaller factors like wind resistance and surface conditions. This style of power pad, with one large leverage point near the bottom of the wheel and no upper pad, truly allows you to lean off the wheel to a whole new extent. And this extreme weight offset gives you extreme acceleration leverage. The wheel I'm riding right here weighs nearly 80% of my body weight, and you can see that I'm able to throw the wheel around like it's a feather. Plus, nothing feels cooler than leaning down and almost being able to touch the road during a takeoff. Launching with these pads is in and of itself a bit of a learning experience, as the Freedom has a bit of a drawback. Unless you fully lock your feet to the pedals, finding the ideal spot to place your feet on each launch is actually pretty difficult. Let me explain. But real quick, if you guys are enjoying this type of content, it really helps the channel if you like and subscribe. Thanks. So when you go to launch with these pads, you'll find that you have a massive variety of ways you can place your feet on the pedals, which lets you really tap into all the torque the wheel has available. But if you don't place your feet just right, you have to start with a bit of a pull to one side, and then you correct it by leaning a little the other way while you're launching. This tends to slow down your launches. The most ideal launch is perfectly balanced, and you can just go straight ahead as hard as you want, and you don't have to worry about leaning. I found after a few hundred to 1,000 miles of riding, you start to feel out the perfect place to set up, and you can consistently get hard launches with minimal issues. Here I am, I'm just getting me some Mexican food right here. These guys really like the wheel. I was talking to these guys inside for a bit about just various things. Yeah, I get some good reactions for the wheel in this town for sure. So for more casual riders who maybe don't want to race around everywhere, these pads offer another hidden advantage: easy seated riding transitions. The unique shape and size of these pads lets you swiftly transition from standing to seated and back again without moving your feet at all if you're placed properly. Very few other pad solutions offer this feature while still being able to take your entire body weight under hard leans and braking. Tell you what, I love getting food on the wheel. It's always so funny seeing people's reaction when you're carrying a bag of food and a drink in your hand. Oh, it's so funny, guys. You have to try this, but don't do this until you've ridden a lot. It takes a lot of practice to hold a big weight in your arm while you're riding without it drastically affecting your riding. So here's a question people ask a lot about these expensive pads. What separates these from a set that you could just print at home? Well, I think there's a few key factors. One of the biggest is sizing. Home printers are often size limited and can't print large enough to accommodate a one-piece pad design. This splits the pads into multiple pieces, one for the front pad, one for the brake pad, etc. This makes the Velcro surface much smaller, and in my experience will almost always cause the pad to lift up or shift during some critical moment of riding, which really makes your heart rate jump if you manage not to crash because of it. The other factor for me is print quality. Now, I'm not a 3D printing expert, so anyone down below feel free to correct me in the comments, but these professionally printed pads seem to have much smaller layers with less visible layer lines. I don't know if that's down to like the way that they program the printer, or if it's down to like the nozzle or the machine itself. But they often also have reflectors. They have spots to mount lights. This is a lot of stuff you don't get in the 3D printed pads at home. And they also seem to use more expensive, higher quality filament for the printing. All of these factors make it worth it for me to spend the cash to get a designed and professionally made product. However, 3D printed pads are great for figuring out what style of pad you like and what you want in a pad setup before committing to the full purchase. In addition to all of this, I really think these pads just look great. The shape is bold and sleek with a two-tone design that lets you match them to exactly the color scheme you have in mind for your wheel or your gear. Not only that, they were around $100 less than competing pads with a similar level of quality. That was one of the biggest selling points for me. $300 is a bit much to drop on a single set of pads, but I know that the companies that make those pads put in good work, so I do think the price is pretty justified. It's just a lot. Honestly, guys, I think these pads are a game changer for anybody currently rocking stock pads or a multi-piece 3D printed setup. I used cheap pads for years, and only now am I realizing how much I was being held back in my riding capability. A well-made, single-piece pad solution will let you reach deep into the wells of the P6's power and truly let you go and focus on just the ride without worrying about your Velcro or your brake pads or anything to do with the pads. Honestly, guys, that's all I've got for today. Remember to subscribe as I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thanks for watching, wear your gear, and ride safe.